it's not a welcoming idea, because we are hustling for the money, and then in a situation that you will work for your money and then some of amount will be deducted, it's not a welcoming idea. If the government will do a very good job for us, let them help us. Just charges, there are minor charges that government can handle it by themselves, not taxing an individual by any means to be removing money on their own bank account.
What I think is that being a Nigerian is just a welcoming idea for all of us, since we don't really know what the maintenance fee are for. Already we pay for the cards, so the maintenance fee, what maintenance do we have for the cards, is just welcoming for me and I think every other person.
Well, the bill they pass is an welcome development, because I know what most of us is passing through concerning the ATM issue. So the way they address it is a welcome development.
The charges are for their own services. There is always a reward for work done. If they are really charging for the services they are rendering to people, I think it's not really bad about that. Or they are rendering the services, so it rewards the amount they are really charging for.
Cancellation of the bank charges is a welcome development. I think, to me, I don't even see the reason why they should be charging us for withdrawing our money. We pay our taxes in different ways. And now, when we put our money in the bank to collect it back again, they will still charge us for it. So I think if the government is coming up with that plan now, it's a very welcome development.
That one is just a strategic way of business which the banks are involved in it. So they are getting a lot of money. So CBN has to sit down and check the issues. There's nothing like maintenance fee. Why? Because the infrastructure of the country is built by the federal government, so they are not the one maintaining the streets, areas, and the security of the ATM. So that one, we do not support it at all.
Well, I don't think, as Nigeria is concerned, I don't think banks are supposed to charge us for any use of ATM. So I don't think it's a normal step to be taken right now, to be charging us for using ATM. To me, it's not good enough for me.
I think the EFCC is supposed to make necessary information. The EFCC is supposed to have the real requirement before arresting him. As you can see, it is Fayose that brought himself to the EFCC, and then I read it on paper that they seek order from court, so that court should give them 2 weeks for more investigation. If EFCC want to do their work, they're supposed to have all the document, all the information ready on ground, so that if Fayose come, they will use that information to handle his own situation. Not keeping Fayose there, detaining him for them to get some facts. They have all the facts, they have all the reason to get all the facts before Fayose even step down as a governor.
What I know about the law is that if you have allegations of fraud on someone, what you do is charge the person to court, and if there are evidence of such, the person is prosecuted. But for now, there are allegations. So if there are evidence, they should show us so that we could also be aware that there are things going on like that. So,
no, well, APC government is not fair on Fayose. It's an intimidation.
Our current administration on Fayose issues has been bothering, because he's a man of integrity and he has been giving us some of the secret of Nigerian, which the tops doesn't want us to know. We don't know why now all he has been having before, it was now that they want to investigate him. Other top officials like him that we are not able to talk, we don't know. So it's a very bad one. But anyhow it is, since they have taken the matter into court, it will be better for them to have explosion, so that we will be well knowledge, because it is hitting something. But I don't know, maybe at the end of the day, it will be somehow, before we know, they will just piece it up. So we are praying God, it will be for the good of Nigeria to have a well information about it.
EFCC is just politicizing the issue of the national interest. Why? Because they are biased. They are just fighting the PDP members, which they are the opposition party, which is not supposed to be. This EFCC was established under the administration of PDP when Olusegun Obasanjo was the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So he did not fight his opponent like that. Ibrahim Magu is a very good man. The president is a very honest, gentle man, but the men around him, or the cabals, are hijacking the national interest.
Well, to me, I think government is doing the right things, because anybody that is hand is not clean supposed to be investigated. So the actions of federal government on Fayose, I think, is a normal thing as in Nigeria. And mostly the Nigeria government is, this current administration is one of their agenda is to tackle the corruption going on in the country. So I think the step of the federal government to on Fayose, I think is a right thing to me. So it's a right thing. Anybody that is hand is not clean is supposed to be investigated. So there's no, I don't see any bad thing on investigating on Fayose issue or what.
What are we talking about Boko Haram? Up to this extent, we are still talking about Boko Haram still existing. About the promise, look at the promise they make before the election. And today, people are still talking about Boko Haram, and they are still existing. So I don't have anything about that, because they say they have conquered Boko Haram, technically. But today, look at what is going on. So anybody that talk about Boko Haram, that is the reason why we masses voted for this government. But today, we are not seeing the evidence.
We only thank God that things are coming down now by the help of this government. And if the government can do better and better, they should kill the case of Boko Haram finally, because we have enough of IDP camps all over the country.
Well, from the information we get every now and then is that government have been fighting Boko Haram. We still hear of insurgents every now and then, people being killed in the same areas that these Boko Haram are being fought. So for now, I think they should still do more for peace to reign in such areas.
I believe the government have not done much to stop Boko Haram. If you stop something, then it's not supposed to be shown at all again. And if there is still a lot of killing, then government has not done anything about the Boko Harams. Because the Boko Haram are still people like us. They enter into place, they disguise themselves like normal human beings. You see them, you will not even really know who is Boko Haram. And maybe Boko Haram you don't know, it's not written on the foreface. They enter the market and do the same thing we do. They buy as we buy, they sell as we sell. And some are still inside the church, and they are still in the mosque. So we only have to be prayerful and also be conscious of ourselves, what we are doing, and we have to mind our mouths, but only pray to God to stop it, because man alone cannot stop it.
This Boko Haram issue has been so bad in this our Nigeria. It is a trick. We all know it, because even without the knowledge of the simple Nigerian, the military people are even complaining, how will I be going to that place? The girl now in question, they say they have killing her, which is not supposed to be like that. If it is their daughter or their loved ones, all these days, they will have bailed her. They have their system of bringing it out. So the negotiation that they have been saying today, tomorrow, is very bad.
No work, no pay. Even in the Bible, there is a verb that says that if you work, they should pay you your own entitlement. But in the situation of government, some government are doing what the masses doesn't want. So if government are doing what the masses doesn't want, the masses have the right to go on strike so that the government will adjust what they are doing that the masses doesn't like. But if I work for you, you have to pay me. That one is okay. There is no problem about it. Assuming government increase, I don't think they could have been on strike. So they did that for the government to feel that there is pain in their heart. They need government to do something for them. Civil servants are trying. They are the ones that are doing most of the work of this country.
No work, no pay. Let the federal government consider the the civil servants, because all of us belong to Nigeria. No work, no pay. If the community or the society refuse to work, the government will lose, and if the government lose, all of us are losing also. So it's not a good development to say let the federal government come and sit down with the labor union, their leaders, to settle the issue.
Yes, to me, I support no pay, no work, no pay to the government, to the workers. So far you have go for strike. So I think to me you are not supposed to be collected anything for that time that you are not can work. And the reason is this, you know, if the workers are going for strike, at least let's say for a month now, government has lose a lot of things that for that period of time that they are not on work. So I don't think they are supposed to be paid.
When they cause us to go to strike, they're not supposed to stop paying us when we are on strike. They're supposed to pay, even if we are on strike.